Hello, everyone. Y'all know we had another exciting week of college football today, and it's still going on. We had a lot of a few teams almost got knocked out of the playoff run. I wouldn't say knocked out, but almost took some losses today. Texas A&M made a hell of a comeback. They was down 30-3 at halftime. They came back and won 31-30. So they still remain undefeated, and their chances of being in the playoffs are still good, still good, but we still have like two more games left before the season ends and the playoffs officially start. Indiana took care of business today against Wisconsin, so they still remain number two, and Ohio State is still number one. Now these only um, in the top 25 of these only three teams who have no losses: Ohio State, Texas A&M, and Indiana. Ohio State at one, Indiana at two, and A&M at three. And Indiana and A&M won today. I believe Ohio State may have had a bye. I'm not sure. I believe so. But as I said, it was another exciting week. I'm about to attend to this Texas versus Georgia game. I'm a long-time Longhorn fan, and I'm ready to see us take care of business today. Last year we lost twice to Georgia, once in the regular season and once in the SEC championship. So they got a call for right now. But no, I believe that us knowing that we took two losses to them, I believe we're going to come in ready to play. Ready to play. Last year was our first year in the SEC. And, we just had to get the groove. You know what I'm saying? And NCAA really knew what they was doing, moving Texas and Oklahoma to the SEC. It just makes it more exciting. It's more competition. In the Big 12, there's a lot of new teams. Arizona State, BYU. So what I'm saying, I believe, it was time for Texas and Oklahoma to move on. So here we are. And both of these teams are still in the playoff run. Oklahoma just beat Alabama today. Alabama was number 4. They already had one loss early in the season. And now they just took another loss. So we'll see how the rankings change come Monday. We'll see. As Oklahoma was number 11, so a lot of teams will move up, and a lot of teams will move back. We'll see what their new ranking will be if they still have a shot. You know. Also, Georgia is ranked number 5. Texas is ranked number 10. But after today, that will change. Somebody has to lose, and we'll see. Also, yesterday, number 20 Louisville lost to Clemson actually, 20-19, and Oregon, number 8, beat Minnesota 42-13. So, yep, and Oregon is still ranked number 8. And as I said earlier, number 2, Indiana beat Wisconsin. Wasn't really much of a matchup. Indiana won that one 31-7. But also South Florida, who was having a good year this year, they lost today to Navy 41-38. So they would knock them out of the top 25. They was ranked 24. And Notre Dame won earlier to Pittsburgh. The game started off good, but Notre Dame took off. Notre Dame ranked number 9, so they still in the playoffs. We'll see. Like I always say, you just never know. It don't even have to be a marquee matchup. It don't even have to be a good team. Like nowadays, you lose to unranked team, and you be a top 5, top 10 contender, and you just lose to an unranked team. So you can never underestimate. A lot of people are hungry for this top 12 spot. So a lot of things are different. Top of that, we got NIL going on. So a lot of players are moving around. They're here 1 year, then they're gone. Then you don't have to sit out anymore. You don't have to red shirt. You can just transfer and go ahead and play. So it's a lot of athletes in different areas. So it's a lot of good football going on. So it makes it a lot more exciting. Like I say, you got the top 12, the college football playoffs, which is new. And it is intense because a lot of teams want to get in. So they are battling and they are trying to knock people out to get in, what I'm saying? So it's very exciting on how they set it up. Very exciting. And as I said earlier, A&M made largest comeback in school history. as they came back down 30-3 at halftime. I gave up watching them. I like Marcel Reed. He is a Heisman candidate, and he's been playing some damn good football. Not just him, but that Texas A&M team, and they are still undefeated. It almost ended today, but almost only counts in hand grenades. Also, we had Michigan almost take a loss to Northwestern, but Michigan came back on the final 2 minutes of the drive, scored the game-winning field goal. Michigan has been playing some good football with Bryce Underwood. He's been looking very good, but they took a couple losses early in the season to USC and Oklahoma. So Michigan is ranked number 18, but they still have a chance to get in, and we will see, because Georgia Tech ranked number 16. They make a comeback today against Boston College as they won 38-34. So Georgia Tech, Michigan, we'll see if they can, still squeal in. Because like I say, the season is not done yet. Also, Michigan plays Ohio State the last game of the season, and Michigan has beat them the last 4 years. So we can see if Michigan can get in. I want to see Michigan in because they got a good team. They got a freshman quarterback, and they doing their thing. So we can see if they squeal in. I believe Georgia Tech should be in because they only had one loss, but they still have a chance. They still have a chance to get in, but we'll see. We'll see. Also, we have number 7, Ole Miss playing Florida. That score is now 10-7 Ole Miss, but Florida, they beat Texas early in the year, and Florida's like 3-6 or something like this. So you just never underestimate your opponents. Same with South Carolina, they were 3-6 before they lost to A&M, and they almost won. So you just never underestimate. Don't matter if you're ranked or unranked, these teams are looking to win. So just don't underestimate who you're playing against. But we'll see if Ole Miss is able to remain alive. They took one loss earlier in the season, so they're ranked number 7, but they still have, they still in the top 12. Also, we have Utah at 13. They playing against Baylor. Utah is winning 14-0. I kind of want to see Utah get in. There's so many teams that I want to see get in because they new, they fresh, but it's only 12, so can't all of them get in. But Utah is one team that I do want to see get in. And also, we have BYU playing TCU. TCU is not a team that you can underestimate. BYU is right at 12. And they lost to Texas Tech last week. Texas Tech didn't play around with them. Texas Tech is ranked number 6, and they took a dub today. They won, and I want to see. You can never underestimate TCU. That's a team you don't. They keep a good football team. So we'll see. That game comes on later tonight. Oh well, Ohio State don't have a bye. They play UCLA, and that game is on now. Ohio State is winning 6-0. We'll see if they keep it up. Yeah, Tennessee ranked number 23. They won today 42-9. Glad Alabama lost. That was a team I really wanted to see lose. I like to see new teams in. And Alabama had college football in a chokehold for the longest. Them and LSU. But things change. Also, Virginia ranked number 19. They played Duke. Virginia won 34-17. Virginia, like I said, you just never know when it's final, when they do the final rankings, who's going to be in, who's going to be out. So you can't count a lot of teams out just because they're not in or they're way at 18, 19. You just can't count them out. When it's all said and done, then that's when, we will see who is in the top 12. A lot of things change because a lot of teams lose week after week. So it gets altered. In the top 25, the whole top 25, it's only 3 teams that has no losses, and the other have either 1 or 2 losses. So there's no 3-loss teams. So it's very interesting. A lot of football to be played. As we narrow down to the final weeks, we will see who is in and who won't be.